Hello, welcome to another Raggy's beer review, and today's January the 2nd. A lot of people have gone back to work today. I'm going back to work tomorrow, which is probably a good thing as well, because it's absolutely slaughtered it down already. Not the best day for being a gardener or anybody who works outdoors. I thought, well, I look at the beer wall, all the beers are on the beer wall now, double stacked, a lot of them are, so it's... but at least it gives me the ability to see them. Not only that, it also gives me the ability to start cleaning up the beer room, and we're getting there. It's there's still a lot of stuff in there, but it's certainly looking a bit more decent than what it was. So today I'm going over to Dublin, to Ireland, for Guinness, a West Indies Guinness Porter. St James's Gate, Dublin. I've reviewed this in the past, maybe once or twice, it's hard to know sometimes. A group of enterprising brewers on a quest to explore new recipes, reinterpret old ones and collaborate freely to bring exciting beers to life. With origins in an 1801 entry in our brewer's diaries, Guinness West Indies Porter is complex yet mellow, hoppy with notes of toffee and chocolate. 6.0%, could have sworn it used to be 6.1. So yeah, could have sworn it was 6.1. Move my bin closer. So yeah, down the old beer room. So I'm going to chuck in. I'm not going to do too many from the same brewery. I want to, even if I got beers for Christmas from a particular brewery, I want to give them a bit of a wide berth, and do different beers. I mean, at some stage, I'm going to be inundated with beers all from the same breweries, but I dare say, we'll see where it goes. I've noticed quite the downturn in people watching beer reviews. Well, mine anyway, at least. So whether that's the fact that all the beers are from about 4 breweries, or it's just the fact that people have been enjoying Christmas and not watching beer reviews. And I do notice that in comments, interaction, that I don't see a lot of the same people anymore. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But some that you used to see regular, not. So whether people have moved on from beer reviews, and life's life, isn't it? People will move on. So a black pour, slightly off white head, just over a finger of off white head there. Certainly smell the toffee on the nose. I've never really noticed the toffee on this one. I'm drinking it cold, so it's probably at the wrong time of the year, but it's bringing out different flavours. Certainly bringing out a more fruitier flavours to it. So in essence, it's like trying the beer for the first time again, because at room temperature, you just don't get some of these flavours. Not bad at all. From going to a standard Guinness back to this, gotta be honest, it tastes very different to what I remember it tasting. But I don't drink it day in, day out. I'll drink it once, and it'll be another year or so down the line before I touch it again. So it might just be that my brain doesn't recognise it from when the last time I drank it. You never really know, do you? Taste buds as well. I've just come off of Christmas where, even though I did beer reviews, I was lying down for the rest of the week. So back to work tomorrow. Apparently we're in for a dry, cold spell. I suppose in some ways the dryness will actually be nice for a change, because it's been so flipping wet. Don't want it too frosty though. I can do it cold, but I don't want it frosty, because frosty knackers me up. Cold, cool cool isn't so bad, although it means you've got the eating on more, which is, again, in this day and age, you know, a bit of a worry, really. So, I'll be honest, prices of beers, I just can't bloody believe how much beers have gone up in price in this last year. Beers that you used to get for, say, £1.75, they're £3 now, and it's like, fucking hell. The hell's going off? And this is supermarket. This isn't even bloody breweries. Supermarket beers. And it's getting to the stage, and I've got to be honest, I've said this many times before, that if you've got a brewery nearby, checking out their beers and their prices is actually probably a better thing, because there's not a deal of difference now. Plus, you might cop for beers that are going out of date in breweries that are reduced a bit, wrongly labelled, mislabelled ones, whatever they call them. Beers that have been dropped might be covered in a bit of glass that you have to be careful of, obviously. And then you've got the, going down the bottled route, the mini keg route. If you're mini keg's great at Christmas because everybody's at home after Christmas. It's not so. I can see come the end of this month, me getting another kit, brewing that kit as well, banging 2 kits out, because I'm going to run out of homebrew literally in about a week or two's time. So I'll go back to what it says on the back. Notes of toffee, chocolate. Yeah, there's toffee. It's fruity. A nice slight smokiness to it. Don't ever remember it being that complex. Don't think I've ever had it at this temperature. So again, it's eye-opening that beers and temperature makes such a difference. Personally, I'd rather have it warm, or room temperature, shall we say. But it's that time of the year, come down the beer room to do beer reviews. Sometimes it's just my salvation. I just need that salvation. And I think that it's funny, you get to Christmas and you need time off work. 2 weeks at home. You need time away from other factors. And can't be the only one that has those thoughts, that thought process. So, no. There it is. So I'm a gadget person, and it's a part of me that I absolutely love video games. If you ever come to the beer room, you'd know this because just the sheer amount of different video games in it, games consoles and gadgets, and a bit like bloody Little Mermaid in some ways. Gadgets and gizmos are plenty. Although I don't know about the use it's and what's it's galore. I think I'll pass on them. But this is a little. We had these little Android boxes to get the internet, get the dodgy, not dodgy, but streaming sites, shall we say? And we hadn't used them for ages because all them sort of things, Cartoon HD and all them, they all got took out by Virgin. Virgin wiped them all out. The British ISPs, Internet Service Providers, basically wiped them all out, stopped you from being able to see them. So they still exist. Be surprised how many of them are Russian. But yeah, so it's been a bit crap. But I used to have, we used to have boxes, like little boxes in the house, and nowadays we're paying silly prices for Virgin, and hopefully my wife will one day get on the phone and sort that out. But the internet's crap as well in our house. We're having real problems with the internet. In some ways, I'd rather get rid of Virgin altogether and go to a Freeview. Because on Freeview, you get so many channels. There's means and ways to get all the other channels. And you're not paying silly prices per month for it. And I've got to be honest, if I wasn't in a family environment and I lived on my own, I would not be paying for any. I'd pay for the broadband. You have to pay for broadband, obviously. But even with broadband, if you use your streaming devices, your phone, your broadband, if you've got a really decent broadband thing on your phone, that will give you the gigabytes per month to get everything. So you have to be cute in this world. They want you to pay out mega money for crap half the time. Yeah, a lot more fruity than I remember it to be. Toffee chocolate, yeah. Fruity. Yeah. I don't know where the fruity elements come from. I've never ever come across a fruity element in Guinness West Indies Porter before. Different. Gotta be honest. 11 minutes already. Where the hell did that go? Doesn't feel like I've sat down and started talking yet. We've kind of reached that moment of the year when obviously a lot of people are doing dry January. So that I do what I like. I'm not being told what. I'm not being dictated to by some bloody government thing or these do-gooders. Bloody world at the moment is crazy. Changing history to look after the woke crowd. What was it? There was some program on a few months ago, and you've got a duke, an English duke who was black, and it's like, how can you have a flipping English duke in that period of time? It'd be like having a white person play Martin Luther King. You know, it's all right doing all these things, but there's got to be limits. Do history as history says. I know in a lot of ways it doesn't really bloody matter, but it does. Little Mermaid, they had this black actress playing the part where Ariel is a ginger-haired white girl. It says that. And then Disney seem to be absolutely number one dickheads at the moment when it comes to this. It's a funny world. It really is. And I know you have to watch your P's and Q's, but then you see what's happening across Europe. And it's going to be very interesting with elections coming up in Europe. We're not the only ones in Britain who are fed up with the amount of people coming into Britain. We're only a small island, and they're coming through France to get to us, which is disgusting. You know, there's lots of countries before us. There's no need to come to Britain to risk your life to get across to Britain. Obviously, that says something about our benefits over here. You take away the benefits, and you say, you come here, you work, you don't get free, and you don't get put up in hotels, you get put up in tents. And you know, I mean, a lot of people may be escaping persecution, but some of these people have got thousands and thousands, so they're not exactly poor. I mean, I couldn't pay thousands to leave Britain to go to France. Funny world. And the far right, the problem is that because these European countries are so fucking weak, I think is the word, or having to stick to these stupid laws, and And now they're saying, now look at the Dutch, they're saying, oh, we're going to, if you don't like it here, get out. You've got to be honest. If you've got to put yourself in another situation. If we went to countries like Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, Iraq, blah, 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 their rules are their rules. You stick to the rules in them countries. We don't go over there to dictate to them what the rules are. And the same should be in here. You come to this country, we say, here's the rules. Don't like it? And part of the problem is too many bloody weak people. Oh, slight rant there, raggy rant. But I mean, not a racist rant at all, not a hatred rant, but a rant that says, wherever if you're coming to the UK, whatever happens in your country, we won't go over. A lot of people wouldn't go into that country and get away with the shit that they're doing over here. Like, I mean, there was what was it? There was a school, and there's not one single white person in an English school. And the council was saying, oh, this is great for diversity. But where's all the white people, Duck? the majority of the population. And I do feel that we become too tolerant of people coming here telling us how to run our country, regardless of the world we are in. And again, the same people that spout over here about things, and in some ways, you look at the Palestinian thing that's going on. No child should lose their lives. Terrorists. Innocents should not be slaughtered. That is always the truth. But you look at all the countries around that area of the world, the Middle East. You look at history. The Jordanians executed 25,000 Palestinians because the Palestinians, what they were doing, they were setting up their own country inside of Jordan. What did the Jordans do? Not having this shit. Kicked them out, shot a load of them, and stopped it. So all them countries around, there, there's the politics of this world is so complex. But anyway, on with the beer. And that's a very sober, raggy talking there. The world's weird. Black pork, toffee, chocolate, and a fruitiness that I've never come across before. ABV. And again, I can smell the fruitiness now. I don't know where that's come from. It's like an ice cream vibe going off. It's a clean glass as well, so there's nothing to do with the glass. It's only come from the beer. I don't know. In essence, no idea what's going off. Sure, the ABV was 6.1. The fruitiness, I'm not sure where that's come from. Still a good tasting beer. Just a bit unsure about the flavour and the ABV drop. For me, I'm going to give it a 4.1 out of 5. Different. Cheers all.